So I was trying to come up with a title for this presentation. I thought YouTube and education pretty much says it all. I think the mind races at the potential here. And thinking about it, what is YouTube doing with education? Well, I think it's already used heavily for education. I think that many students are already using it as a primary resource to find video for their work. Faculty, everyone is, it's basically reached a critical mass now where there's, I don't want to say infinite choice, but a heck of a lot to find what you're looking for. I think that it's truly evolved beyond a pure entertainment platform and also a place people come to be informed and be inspired. So I'm just going to give a little bit of background. Okay. So this quote is from a viewer comment on UC Berkeley's site on Google Video. Education is moving in a new direction. It's no longer simply for those who can attend university. It's open for anyone who has the initiative to seize it. So I should say, as full disclosure, I joined Google and YouTube in December. Previous to that, I worked at UC Berkeley for 6 years, so I was paying close attention to this kind of commentary. This is just a snapshot of UC Berkeley's site. It's video.google.com/UC Berkeley, and it launched in late September, and I think it launched with about 250 videos. It's up to about 350 now, including 6 full courses, special events, and some sports. I should add that I think the most highly trafficked are the course material. I think it has a little over 1.25 million views to date. A view is basically you go to the page and it automatically plays back. And it got great press. It was on the front page of the San Jose Mercury News, which is the local paper in Silicon Valley, SF Gate, and numerous blogs. So where Google Video is today vis-a-vis YouTube. So Google Video is really evolving to be more of a search platform for video, irrespective of where it's hosted on the web, where YouTube is really that primary site for hosting, delivery, and of course, community interaction. Okay, so YouTube, the YouTube audience is tremendous. Just a show of hands, how many people here have watched a video on YouTube? Okay, the only guy who didn't is because his hands in his pocket, he just shook his head, and I'm not going to bother raising. How many folks here have uploaded a video to YouTube? Okay, so great. It's an interesting ratio. Viewership is in the hundreds of millions per day, and upload is in the hundreds of thousands. So I think that that's a pretty good split for what we're seeing here in the audience. One thing about this massive amount of viewership is a lot of it is also international, of course. And YouTube is really becoming a window to the world. And I think that as it evolves, it's really a fertile ground to put some very great material to educate, obviously. And so I'll get to that in a bit about how we could potentially work together to make that happen. Okay, so this is what's known as a branded channel, using BBC as an example, and I'll show a few other examples. And just a quick breakdown of what this is. So for our strategic partners, it's your regular YouTube account, but with additional branding opportunities. There's the leaderboard at the top where you see BBC World News. It actually can be a link that links back to your website or to sub-channels within YouTube. It also can be an image map. As well, let me just choose another one here. This is Google's branded channel, which I chose because you'll see this particular video is a lecture that lasts for a little over an hour. So with our strategic partnerships, their long-form video is possible, though we do see viewership drop after very short periods. So, okay, I'll ask you later why that's so funny. Okay, so this is a watch page. This is where the playback happens, of course. Additional branding opportunities. This is obviously the NBA. You see where it says, "I love this game." It's basically, this is kind of the parent-child relationship from the branded channel to the watch page. Obviously, the comments and responses. This is really the two-way engagement that makes YouTube so exciting. And also you'll see the more from this user as an area where essentially the MBA is treated as a user. So this is where other videos from this particular provider appear. Playlist is where you can specifically sequence your videos, either that are from the producer or provider, or also a mixed variety of content. So a little bit more about the community. What's interesting about YouTube is just how nonlinear it is. Typically, the entry point to YouTube isn't necessarily the youtube.com homepage, as it is that somebody was sent a link through an email, they go to the site, they watch a video, then they start to stick around and see other videos that are being promoted and or related, and so on. So the discovery is quite organic. This is an example. This is actually Warner Music Group. I show it because it's, I think, the best representation of how to deal with multiple sub-channels. So music label, many artists. So an analog here to a university that might have many different faculty members, departments, and so on. And again, that leaderboard at the top is an image map, so that you can, they keep it so you link directly to that artist's particular page. Move on that one. So this is a fairly new category called HowTo, do-it-yourself, and this is where you learn to cook, or I don't know, what do we have here? How to gain YouTube subscribers, you name it. And it's new and really, really growing rapidly. And I point to it because it's really the closest thing we have today to an educational channel. I want to pick one out in particular, one I found here in the featured how-to called Math Crazy Tutoring, where this fellow basically puts some basic math and English topics online. And let me see what happens if I go to the page, if it'll work. So what's interesting about this is you'll see, oops, that the students are also posting their videos. And let's just go to one in particular. I'm going to pause it.
Hey guys, welcome to Math in 60 Seconds. Today we're going to be finishing up our final part of understanding functions.
Okay. And some of the ratings are interesting. Can you do more complicated functions? The one involving divisions, thank you. And so on, yeah, please more. So people are giving this fellow feedback, and then he modifies his programming to fit it. So let me see if I can get back. Okay. So with the partnerships also comes the ability to have promotion. Again, typically somebody comes to the site, they watch a video, and then their eyeballs are looking around at what's the next video they're going to watch. And they often fall on these director slots here. So again, our strategic partners get promoted over here, but it's really a mix of our strategic partners as well as our originally created content. So I think it was last week, Google announced what's known as universal search, where you, on a search term is a combination of obviously text, websites, as well as results from book search, Scholar, video, and so on. And so these are some examples. On the left is google.com, on the right is Google Video. This is Eric Schmidt recently speaking at Stanford at the Web 2.0 conference. And what's interesting about this is that the YouTube player is right there in the Google search results page. And Google Video on the right is similarly does that. Obviously, it's honed in specifically on video that applies in Google. So I think I'm coming to the end. This is an interesting quote. This is Larry Page, co-founder of Google, speaking to a group of scientists about how to better market themselves, and says, this is from CNET News. Page said he hopes internet video, like YouTube and Google Video, will evolve to include scientific lectures. He said he would like to see a box in the back of every classroom where professors could push a button and whatever you said would go on the net. It's important to get all that out there. So obviously here is a great opportunity to promote your institution, your archive, to lend to the discoverability, And what I also think is that since this is relatively new in YouTube, that it's a real chance to help invent the space. And you know, I guess that's it. So I'll leave it at that. Keep it short and sweet. Thank you.